Warning! The following live stream contains adult subject matter and is not intended for viewers under the age of 18. The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
You know what? I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm not even introducing everybody one by one. I'm not doing it. It's a pain in the butt. But hello, everybody. Welcome to Shots with Comics. Actually, it's more of a promo video. This is not Shots with Comics. This is our Sparkledog hangout session where we are going to be doing a giveaway of original art cards, and they are done by Rodney Fyke from Roadkill Rampage of Hasm Productions. How are you doing, Rodney?
Hey, Rodney. I am doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. Can't complain. We're here to draw some stuff and hang out. And
What's
of course, what?
I'm sorry. What's your beverage of choice there?
My beverage of choice is this Wernis Gruner tonight.
Okay.
Did you know Aldi sells beer?
I did not.
Well, now you do.
That's good news because I can walk to the Aldi store from here.
Right, yeah, and they have a pretty good selection, and this is just a nice German Pilsner. So
There you go.
Yep, and it's pretty inexpensive. They have a good cider too, a Wicked Tree or something.
Wicked Tree, I like
it. And then today we also have Blake Matthias, our artist of Sparkledog. How are you doing, Blake?
Yeah, Europoli.
What?
Gobbledygook.
Oh, okay. That's right. You're Greek. I forget about that. And he's going to hang out drawing our Candy Gore, which is coming out lovely. And Rodney, you haven't decided what to draw yet, right?
No.
I do agree with a frog snorting cocaine.
Yeah, we'll see.
But anyway, so the one reason why we're actually here is our very own Shots with Comics Twitter girl, who has not made an appearance in a while. She's been very busy and hard at work, living in our basement. She's actually going to be asking us questions and talking about the Sparkledog campaign with us. Sabrina, how are you doing today?
Awful, because I'm here.
Aww.
Oh, damn.
You know what? Fine. It doesn't matter anymore. Goodbye.
Rude. No, I'm happy to be here. I have the always popular small bottle of water.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Good. So no alcohol.
No, I have a math test to study for, and I'm doing this instead of that.
Oh. Rodney, are you drinking alcohol?
I've got a large vat of ice cold water.
Oh, see?
I mean, I have water too because hydration's important, but now I just feel like an alcoholic.
I've consumed way too much sodium today, and I need to do a flush.
Well, hey, you're an alcoholic, but I've got a cup of coffee from this morning.
Well, there you go.
So I don't know if you should feel so bad, Chad.
You're right. That's kind of disgusting. Is it at least warm?
No, it's from like 8 a.m.
Oh.
Microwaves do exist.
Yeah.
I'm not going to microwave coffee.
You could also put it in the fridge too and make it a nice iced one.
That's right. Put some ice in there and you're good to go.
Yeah. Why did you leave it outside?
Put some whipped cream in there and stir it up. You got you a frappe.
No.
You do. That's not a bad idea. You can also put honey in it too.
Well, Rodney, that requires effort. And the point of coffee is to get effort. Liquid effort.
Coffee begot effort.
I also have Old Cookies banana pudding moonshine.
I highly recommend.
Because it's like one of the best things ever. So
Bloody moonshine.
yeah, these old Smokies, they need to be stopped.
We're not doing the pickle one again. That was
Yes.
dramatic.
Yes, we are.
No.
They have alcoholic peaches too now.
That's possibly better than the pickles.
My
But-
brother says that they're pretty good.
Well, here's the thing. We've got the pickles, and then apparently you had amnesia, and then you got me more pickles, and then we just sort of stared at them and going, how do we get rid of these without offending Chad? So we threw them in the garbage.
I mean, you have offended me by throwing them into the
They
garbage.
taste like hand sanitizer.
They do. I didn't actually. I forgot that you actually already had a jar, so that was my bad. I should have
How
got
did
you
we-
the cherries.
Yes.
Already
So-
had a jar.
Yes,
Yeah.
you got me a jar previously because I'm like, I like pickles, I like moonshine. Let's put those two things together. And then there was a big old no. As if you ever went, I wonder a safe way to eat hand sanitizer, but crunchy.
Hmm,
Then
I
you
wonder.
can. I mean, it's a good way to get your vegetables in and alcohol.
Is a cucumber a vegetable?
I'm gonna pretend you didn't ask that question and that you knew.
Look, how
Chad
many?
asking the real question.
Listen, how many things are classified as a fruit, and how many things are classified
Well-
as a vegetable nowadays?
In this room or just in general?
Just in general. And now, I'm sorry, it's a gourd, not a vegetable.
Oh Lord.
So we're all, you know what? Shut up.
It's okay. It's okay. You're just precious.
Look, I'm not a gynecologist, okay? I don't know my stuff. So Blake, what are you
What?
drawing tonight?
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm working on doing the shading for this candy gore piece. I already did the backgrounds for it. Let me pop that up here.
Whoa.
It's not going to look that atrocious. I was just experimenting with this little effect here, but I think I'm just going to keep it like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That is
And then
cool.
pop that on there, and then that'll be there.
Hell yeah.
But
You know what we
for
need to
right-
do? We need to do something with that.
I thought I was just drawing this for nothing.
No. Oh, you are. But originally.
I thought I was just having a fever dream and that I'd wake up from this at some point.
No.
That's what Sparkledog is a fever dream.
It's definitely something.
It is. Alright. So, Sabrina, do you want to get started?
Sure. So, I have perused what Chad sent me of Sparkledog. My first question is, what in the goddamn hell? That's it. That's my question. What in the goddamn hell?
Like this is your territory, buddy.
Ohio is not the goddamn hell.
It is.
Ohio is hell. Have you
Oh.
not seen the memes?
Have you
No,
not-
I
It's-
drove through Ohio.
Sab-
It was lovely. It was
Sabrina.
flat.
Yeah. Did you love the corn?
I love corn.
Did you love the creepy
to hide
Amish
the
people?
hell.
Oh no, I liked the Love's gas station. That was pretty awesome.
Both Rodney and Blake are from Ohio.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're in the murder mitten, so
I don't brag about it. I was born in Spain, so that's my saving grace.
there you
You
go.
were born in Spain?
U.S. Naval Base, Rota, Spain. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Why did you ever come back here?
Well, my choice.
Oh. Well,
It's called
I
the
was-
military, sir.
I was two.
I mean, you could have still ran away.
Chad's expecting Rodney to just enlist as a Marine at 2 years old. Just
If I had full use of my opposable thumbs at 2, I would have been gone.
That's all you need.
So Blake, do you want to answer what in the goddamn hell?
I was kind of describing it earlier. It's a bit of a fever dream, but it's part of it is just an experience. Like me and Chad were just kicking back and forth this crazy idea at a convention, and then we were playing chicken with the whole idea until we got to the point where we're already here now, and we were just making it.
Oh,
It's
so it's like playing gay chicken until you're both married happily with your 2 adopted children and your dog?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the
Aw.
adopted child
Oh.
Yep.
and the dog in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided to skip the whole getting both of them at different times, and we just squished them together like some kind of Full Metal Alchemist type thing. So
Oh.
that's what we ended up doing.
That kid does not last long.
Oh, Quinn, no, and neither does the kid in the actual FMNA.
Well,
Well, that thing turns into the prettiest thing in the world. But no, it did. We were sitting there at a convention helping Kit sell his gay furry porn,
oh.
and
Ooh
we
la
just
la.
we decided to leave and have
We
lunch,
decided to make our own.
and we decided to make our own.
No.
So then we got OnlyFans, and then that's when it got really weird. But we ended up having lunch, and we just started talking about fursuits and people being out of them and in them, and what do they see, and them being controlled. And then Sparkledog happened because, god damn it,
I think one of us entertained the idea of there being like a serial killer who is only a serial killer in his fursuit.
yeah,
Awesome.
we
Yeah.
were
Like
we
that.
were doing we were doing like a Five Nights at Freddy's type thing.
But that, I think if it's the con I'm thinking of, Willy's Wonderland probably had just come out.
Yeah, it was Motor City Fur Con.
Yeah, so
So yeah, yes, it was.
Willy just came out. You got Five Nights at Freddy's. I know Chad has been on the peripherals of the furriedom for many a year.
Yep, because Kit is a furry, and I'm, I guess, by default a furry. I guess I don't freaking know. At this point, everybody's like, "Wait, are you a furry?" I'm like, "No," but will it help make you stop asking me if I
Just
just say
imagining
yes?
Chad with the Hercules, the Disney Hercules. I won't say it. No.
So, are there plans of you ever becoming a furry?
Me?
Yeah.
You know, that's actually what we're here for.
Is this like your coming out party?
Yeah.
Oh,
this is-
we're so special.
Yeah, and I decided to enlist the 3 people that mean absolutely nothing to me to come on
Ow.
tonight and talk to me about this and really try to encourage me.
That's
be-
okay. I've had a couple people ask me, "What's your fursona?" And I say, "Kaiju," and they're like, "Okay, which one?" All of them. Or I'm a tardigrade because I'm tiny but mighty, and then they
Chris?
just stare at me.
Chris, go away.
Well, wasn't your brother part of the furry community?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
So
that's
by the power of sharing a womb, I guess you are also.
so. Anyway, Sparkledog.
All right,
No,
back on.
my persona, if everybody wants. Actually, yeah, that's a question I want to ask. Rodney, do you have a persona?
Not really.
I was gonna say the beard is its own persona. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a squid.
I have more of a nickname than a persona. No, not really. That has yet to be determined. I have to be dubbed to something. I don't know.
It's
Woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
I'm a squid.
I don't know. I would probably. I don't. I like gorillas.
Gorillas
So
would be cool.
maybe
You know-
something in the gorilla realm.
You could get shot after you drag a kid across the floor.
I could get shot walking out the front door, so
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
No.
Hey,
No,
Chad, don't be insensitive. Harambe happened like 5 years ago.
Has it already been 5
It's like
years?
2008. Good lord.
Harambe forever.
Harambe was not 2008.
It was a while.
2016. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harambe was not around in the same era as Fred, or that would have crossed over, and we would have died.
Harambe would have killed Fred. Oh, I fucking
name is
hated
Fred, and you
it.
just.
Oh, I fucking hated that show.
So, speaking of the furry community
Yeah.
and controversy, because why not? Uh, how do you guys feel about being called insensitive? Chad, I know you're insensitive, but that's, beyond the point.
I am a sweet pea. But no, in all seriousness, honestly, it's surprising and it's not surprising. And the reason why go on.
I was gonna say, like, I get it from some standpoints, and then I don't in another. It just feels like a lot of effort to insult a whole community. But in the same sense, people have done more for less.
Yeah, my thing is this: is that in order to be really insensitive, I decided to write a 6 script series, get Blake to do the art and promotional work. Rodney did some art cards that we're going to be giving away later on today for it. I got C. Michael Lanning and Jason Lennox and Kaylin Smith and Warren Brown all to do covers for it. And we all got together and we decided to do this big insensitive project about this kid buying a fursuit online and it taking control over them. It's been a real experience being very insensitive as we put this together.
Oh, what'd you say about it being too close to existing IPs like Willy's Wonderland or Five Nights? Those sort of established IPs.
I mean, you're gonna make comparisons anyway, so I would hope that people of those fans groups would check it out. Because I think that if you like those types of horror things, like the weird, bonkery horror stuff that's a little bit more outside the box, I think you would like this. But no, this book, just to clarify on the insensitive part, this book, when you read it, it's really just making fun of the parodies and the stereotypes of furries. And yeah, the main story is a real life event that actually happened. Oh, and Puka, yeah. You ever seen the movie Puka on Hulu? Movie is fucked up. But
Oh,
this
and then there's not Bubblegum. Gosh, what is that other one?
Bubble Guppy.
No, it's the I guess the one to start it all. That movie I can't think of.
I don't know.
You keep trying to get me to watch it on Halloween. Dumb.
Human Centipede?
No, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, moving on. But yeah, are you hoping?
Oh, the Banana Splits movie.
Yes.
Oh,
There you
yeah, that
go.
movie's beautiful.
Are you trying to? I guess because you're touching on both the furry community and the gender fluid community, are you hoping that they'll, I guess, recognize something in this that sort of touches on them, or are you just sort of showing how it can be, I guess, made fun of, but also showing that it's okay?
You are asking really, really good questions.
This is kind of what I like to do.
I know.
Trust me, there is going to be a lightning round later, and it's going to be hilarious.
I'm just going to yell boobs the entire time.
That is probably going to be the answer to at least 3 questions.
Okay, good. Because Blake does not want me to sexualize Sparkledog, but we're going to have to eventually.
See, there's a thing, because like you're touching on a gender fluid, which is a sexuality, but you're not making it sexual. Furries have definitely been sexualized, but this is not sexual. I mean, my first encounter with furries was the CSI episode of Furries and Miss Kitty, who ended up being a bald male accountant.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh. Wow, you've aged beautifully since whenever that episode came out.
2004?
Yeah, 2004. I think we were like 13.
Yes. I was 8. So, because I Yeah, I
Holy
don't.
crap, you are much younger than I am. He is a baby.
No, I was
That's a baby. Oh,
Little baby.
I was
Yeah,
14.
Yeah. I think I was 14 too. But so how do you want to address people who are like, hey, I identify as gender fluid or as a furry. How dare you put my life on pages?
I guess my biggest thing is read the book. It's supposed to be all in good fun. Like, if you do feel offended, I can't help that. But this isn't anything that is going to be, oh my God, you're so mean to us. Whole gender fluid thing, especially with Quinn, I don't like. Why did we make Flynn gender fluid? Or why don't
Don't
we make
know.
Quinn fluid? Yeah, I can't remember why exactly. But oh, now I remember. It's just because we wanted to be. We didn't really want a male, and we didn't really want a female with it. Especially with the community being so many different hodgepodges.
It's a spectrum, really.
Yeah, that we just said that gender fluid might be a little bit more entertaining. Plus, we can also just draw really random and interesting clothing when he
Okay.
goes out and everything. But I also get to flip back and forth between he, she, they, them, and everything during it.
Okay, so it's kind
Um,
of like representing the spectrum that is the furry community.
Yeah, in a sense, and especially with the furry part, though, is that this is just making fun of the stereotypes and the goofiness that the furry community has went through. This is not supposed to be anything that is so insulting that it makes you cry. Um, like I said, yes, the actual story is about a real life event that happened. More towards later on, you'll discover that. Actually talked about it in Christy Shin's interview this afternoon. But it's not. It's supposed to be harmless fun with it, and plus it also gives us me and Blake an experience to play with different genres. So yeah,
Do you have any plans for a follow-up series, or is this just a one-shot 6 series?
I want Sparkledog to stay. I think Blake and I have discussed that, right?
Yeah, it's something that's all it's in the air. I don't know about the writing. You were talking about that, Chad.
Yeah, we pitched the idea a couple of times of making it more. Uh, I have played around with maybe doing a sequel or just something with Sparkledog, but this as its own series is going to be a standalone. But Sparkledog him itself is not going to go away, and probably neither is Quinn. So
Okay. Would you ever want to make it maybe like an animated short series, or just keep it on the page?
I'm open to doing whatever with it. Actually, that would be fun to make it an animated short. Because then we could watch Sparkledog eat people in or in animation, and
Yeah.
who doesn't like that?
I don't know anyone who doesn't. Well, Blake, did you take any inspiration from anything art-wise as we're scrolling through?
Yeah. Primarily, I wanted to go with a style that A, pushed my own, and B, also came across as this sort of cute and yet also unnerving. So I primarily based it off of Jonan Vasquez, like from Invader Zim and uh, Homicidal.
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Yeah, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Because
Okay.
of that sort of how it can both be cute and at a lot of points like disturbing looking. I wanted to go for that vibe.
And he made it that way.
No, I
Very well.
definitely like it. Would you ever consider getting a fursuit made of Sparkledog?
Actually, yes.
Uh-oh. Sounds
Yeah.
like it's already in the works.
Well,
Oh,
so
I can
we
see.
actually God damn it. So we actually did, for promotional purposes.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah, we are trying to get a Sparkledog head and hands made. But that's going to be like later on, depending on how the series goes and everything. But yeah, for advertising purposes, yeah.
I can
So-
see you making
Advertising
a
purposes.
onesie zipper, like a zip up onesie.
oh shit, we could get a onesie.
You should.
Then we could make it like where his mouth is down here and it's like opened, and then more chest area, and then you have Quinn inside, and you're like Quinn inside of the onesie. That'd be cool.
There you go. If anyone knows how to, I don't know, sew, do anything artsy.
Ooh, ooh, woo, bitch.
I see the chat mentioned Sparkledog and Blue Lullaby crossover. Any thoughts about ever loaning Quinn out, making
I'm-
friends?
Actually, Blue appears right here in the first panel.
Aw.
He's a little action fit, or he's a little figure. But yeah, so I have actually played around with the idea of a Sparkledog versus Blue, but right now, because it's Blue is owned by Marcosia, I would have to kind of work out the logistics of that on how I can do a good crossover. But I have joked with Tina about doing a Roadkill Rampage crossover. So I'm like, let's do it.
Oh, late question to you. Have you ever thought about where you'd want to put Sparkledog if you had the opportunity?
Like in a different IP.
Yeah, if you ever had to.
I could see it being
flip 'em
something
in.
fun in like Amazing World of Gumball setting. So something where not in Amazing World of Gumball, but in like something that is cross stylistically, like has a bunch of different styles in it as well. I think
Oh,
that would be
fun.
very fun because of the mismatched way that Sparkledog is and the way that the issues go along. I feel like having that clash of different styles would be very interesting to see.
Like,
know.
don't hug me, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching something. It was the Simpsons go full anime, and I was like, there needs to be more, I guess, IPs that decide, hey, I'm going to try something completely different and try a new style. And it would be very interesting to see Sparkledog grace the pages somewhere else in a completely different style.
Sparkledog Simpsons crossover.
There you go.
No.
Oh, that'd be great. That's one of the reasons why we decided when we were writing this, we did each issue is written as a different genre. So that way we can kind of play with different styles, if you will. So the second issue is written as like a Muppet type scene
Why did it have to be Muppets?
because it's be really creepy.
I hate Muppets.
And then the third issue is written as a noir, but it's all done in a Lisa Frank like vomit, is what I have it described as.
Hey, don't you shit on Lisa Frank. That was
Look.
my entire 1990s.
I know it was me in the 90s.
Sparkledog was on the front of those little Lisa the folders that everybody had at school. There's just Sparkledog on the front there.
Yeah, it's a Mandela effect. He's been here this whole time.
Everybody thought it was like a puppy or something. No, Sparkledog.
Sparkledog. No, we Blake will tell you when I write these scripts, sometimes I'm just so lazy with the descriptions. I'm just like, just draw it fucking bloody.
Or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever. Like, because I'm sure you've done that before, right, Rodney?
I used to, not anymore, because
okay.
Working with other, if I'm not drawing it myself, because I want the vision to come through as to what I'm creating. Because when I was reading your script, I saw or whatever, and I just started laughing.
Oh, thank you.
It's like, oh, Jesus, he didn't just say or whatever.
I mean, Blake will give me whatever if I ask.
Well, that's the problem. Is it your whatever or his whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that you and Blake have been friends for quite a while. So you guys probably share the Unimind, and it probably works for you two, which I've got a couple of friends that I share the Unimind with as well, so it works for us, but us alone. So I get it. I just thought it was funny.
Oh, thank you.
How long have we been friends, Chad? Like
2 years?
2
2
years?
years?
Not that long, but it sure as hell feels like it because Blake and I clicked really fast.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I
and
just drove to his house one day and
He
drove
did.
4
He
hours
really
to my
did.
we're
place,
friends.
and he hoped that this would work.
I
And
mean that Cheeto vodka, no, Cheeto tequila was involved.
Yeah, that was fun.
no, it wasn't.
I got to rim my glass with crushed Cheetos.
I hate you.
I'm the one who made it. Jesus.
When we did Gut Rot, we used to choose different disgusting drinks to make, and then we retired that real fast because it got out of hand. It was bad. Real bad.
Well, if you guys have any thoughts about other like guest artists that you would want to see do Sparkle Dog, like another maybe a comic book cover or even just like fan art.
Oh, God, if I could see somebody. This is a great panel. I still want to know how you did this, but Rob
You typed
Gilroy.
whatever, and then I just reached into the recesses of my mind, and when I woke up, this was there.
Oh, man, that is a really big whatever.
You
But-
put it in all caps.
Did I really?
No.
Oh, man, I was about to say, I must have been really drunk when writing this. Like, hey, or whatever. Well, we already have C. Michael Lanning doing
Mhm.
his, which is the kaiju one. So that was a really nice surprise. This is
My
the Movie
favorite.
City one. It's a beautiful cover. He is just like, "Do you want me to do a cover?" And I was like, "No." And then he texted me a picture of a gun, and I said, "Okay." So, but he did a very good job. This is the main cover you're gonna get for the Kickstarter. So when you back it physically or digitally. And then I asked Warren Brown to do a guest cover as well. He did the Today's Furcast movie poster one with the grayscale one. And this one's a really fun one. I really love the fact that he gave it his all with this very creepy, unsettling vibe of a furry convention. So it's a nice one. And then Jason Lennox, our satanic coloring book specialist. We've already done him as a guest artist. He did a lovely drawing of the satanic torch, I think this is. And this actually comes on white cardstock where you can take it to people and get it colored.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's the gimmick of it. And I actually have the original too. It's just in my closet. And then Kaylin Smith did the Hero We Need cover from, for goodness sake, Drumsticks of Doom and Plume. So,
Dabulio.
I know. Freaking Kaylin is a beautiful, talented. Everybody's beautiful and talented on this, but they were all held at will and at gunpoint to do this. Actually, most of them I texted them screaming, going, "Hey, can you do this?" And they're like, "Chad, stop yelling." And then they said, "If we'll do it," and they did it. And then we have Blake's cover, which is a 48-hour cover, and that's already passed. But I wanted to bring it. I might bring it back later. Anyway, if I could pick anybody else who wasn't expensive, Rodney. He wanted to trade me He wanted to charge me $3,000, and he's not worth that much. But
$1.50.
About 250.
I'm tree fitty.
About 350.
Damn you, Loch Ness monster. If I could get anybody else, though, I would probably get Rob Gilroy. I love that man so much with his art. He is beautiful.
I got we were in Baltimore one year for a show, and as you know, Chad, Tina really hadn't read comics before she met me, and one of her first forays into comics was Chew, and she absolutely loved it. And Rob was at the show, and I got a commission of Chew for her from him, and it's hanging in the bedroom. I'll
Oh.
take a picture and show it to you.
Please
to you.
do. Rob
Yeah.
Gilroy is Chew is my all-time favorite comic, and Rob Gilroy is like my favorite artist.
Really cool guy too.
Very nice guy. I interviewed him. He was at Motor City Comic Con, and I got to interview him when he was promoting Farmhands.
Nice.
Yeah, and actually, C. Michael, he actually has a piece of fan art in the Farmhands book. So it has written next to it, "Don't be like this guy," and it's actually it's more of like a hey type thing. But yeah, no, Rob Gilroy definitely, and then I would really love to get Ben Temple Smith.
That's right.
Oh, it's okay. You're dying.
No, I'm switching cameras. I'm sorry.
Oh, what are you drawing?
Guess who?
Bigfoot?
OwO.
Big feet?
Is it
Well, it just occurred to me that I wasn't
hands.
aware of I was going to draw him. God damn it! Come on. Should have done this before I went on camera.
Should have put a GoPro on your head.
Son of a bitch. Hang on a second.
All right. But definitely Ben Temple Smith would be nice. And then I would love to get Scotty Young as well.
Oh yeah.
So, but if I remember correctly too, I Hate Fairyland number 2 came out, and I'm very happy about that, or is coming out. But yeah, those are definitely the 3 artists that I would love to have as guest artists for it.
How about guest writers? Because you knew a lot of writers.
I would like Rodney Fyke to write Sparkle.
Well, it could be like an anthology. Everyone takes their own crack at it.
I wouldn't mind. I think it'd be fun.
I think it would be fun if we could do that. We could do an anthology. That might be the sequel. Is everybody write their own furry comic?
Okay, I'm doing him,
Ooh.
Sparkledog,
Oh.
but I'm kind of giving him a monkey suit, so it's funny that you said that.
Love it.
Because it's kind of chaotic, so I'm just kind of making it chaotic.
Yep. And that's the whole point of Sparkledog. It's supposed to be controlled chaos, but it's not at all. We keep one-upping the antics. The 3rd issue is a girl burning to death while she sings.
Oh.
Nice.
So American Idol.
It is, yes. It is just American Idol. Simon Cowell's in it, too. If I had to choose a guest writer, I would like David Pepos and Donnie Cates to take a crack at it.
Pepos.
I know. Pepos is a wonderful writer. That man deserves everything that he has been through.
Your biggest man crush.
I know.
Is Pepos and Cates.
Donnie Cates.
Yep.
I know. They are wonderful people. And also, too, Jeff Lemire, because I want to know what uncomfortable situations he can put things in. Because that man and maybe Jason Aaron, just for the hell of it. I think that would be really fun.
How many made-up muscles can be added in?
That's Rob Liefeld, but yes.
Hey, see, I draw the feet.
Those are squares.
Those are squares.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Rodney's
turn off some
drawing
of
the
the
feet.
shading here. I haven't drawn with this guy, but like I draw the feet on my characters.
Hang on, I'll cover these feet up with rocks. Hang on a second.
Make like really detailed feet and then scribble rocks over them.
Now I'm just picturing like the infamous Liefeld piece of Captain America, where he's got like the chest that's like how do you even describe it? He's got the chest of a Ford F-150.
He does.
Yeah, Captain Barrel Chest.
Yeah. Like I
It's
feel like
like-
I'm watching a Ford commercial with it, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is a comic book.
34 new muscles have been discovered.
4.
You see that picture and you hear the Bob Seger Chevy commercial playing in the background in your mind.
Do we?
It's gonna be tough.
Well, where would you like to see Sparkledog go? And
Oh.
Comic-Cons, animation, t-shirts.
I mean, I would really like Sparkledog to leave. like, and just get out of here.
That's
Tr-
twin sentiments.
I was gonna say, like, when your creations start leaving the page, we gotta have a talk.
yeah, and that's my
Drugs cessation.
yeah. My thing with Sparkledog is wherever anybody wants to go with it, I am totally for. I think that it's a very versatile character that you can put it in all kinds of types of situations. I try to compare it to like a Lovecraftian horror, and I hate using that as a label because that's what a lot of people are doing now, Cthulhu. But no, I wouldn't mind it being animation if people wanted to do a cosplay of it, art prints and everything, just whatever. I mean, have fun with it. Create your own disaster.
Is it sort of like an open to the public IP, or are you wanting to
Oh,
What?
give
he
it to
wants
the
to-
community
he
kind of
wants
thing?
to get paid.
I want what?
You want to get paid.
Oh no, yeah, no, no. This is not a free IP. No, I like money.
Well, speaking of money, let's talk about the Kickstarter.
Okay.
How? Because I don't think this is your first Kickstarter,
This is my our first Kickstarter.
but is it your first Kickstarter in general?
Yes.
Okay. So, how did you start? Because I know a lot of people, myself included, have an idea that they want to get kickstarted,
Hmm.
and it seems very simple. You just slap something up on a website and you say, "Please, money now." But in reality, there's a lot of work that goes into it. Like, what have you done to get Sparkledog to $735?
Well,
Fight me!
Every-
You asked me
Chad
to
just
ask
pulls
the
out he
questions.
pulls up a gun on the stream, just like, well, this is pretty effective.
oh, well, if everybody doesn't support it now,
Okay, admittedly, I am 1/7 of that, but still,
yes, thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
are a beautiful creature on all of it.
yeah.
Everybody who supported, I'm very thankful for, because I mean, you're all helping to make our little weird abomination come to life.
The answer is oh shit. True, true. We've talked about a specific alley in downtown Ann Arbor.
Yes, we have.
And it already
Ho
smells
Alley.
like fish, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. So first off, I'm gonna tell you right now, anything that you learn about Kickstarter and everybody tells you, or anything that you think that you know about Kickstarter, is 100% wrong. Like when I walked into it, I thought I was doing everything right, and then Nita, bless her, comes out of nowhere and goes, "No." And then, like 4 days before launch, she's like, "Come here." And I wish I would have taken advantage of it. And guys, when somebody wants to help you with a Kickstarter, take all the advice you can get, and also like sit down with these people. None of them are gonna fight you on it, or like they're all gonna try to really help you. But I didn't know that you're supposed to launch like a month before to build up hype. I didn't know to book interviews months in advance. There's like a lot of stuff I didn't know on the marketing front, but meanwhile, me and Blake are just going, duh, 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 let's do this.
I literally I watched one podcast and was like, okay, I know what to do. And
I am an expert. I have
Mhm.
watched one podcast.
Hmm.
Let's go.
There was no video of the podcast. It was just him staring at a screen, but he did watch it.
See,
Yeah.
I became a doctor the same way.
I watched, yeah, I WebMD'd everything.
Don't do that. I tell my patients not to do that because
I
you have
don't.
14 types of cancer and a headache.
I know I do. But we were sitting there going over, like, okay, yeah, these are the reward tiers we want. These are the variant covers and everything. And then we kind of forgot about how to market the book.
Good job. Sounds like
and-
my Chad.
Yeah, like we were so excited on it, and we thought that we knew a lot because I've been doing comics since 2011, and instead it turns out I
You
knew
know
nothing.
nothing.
Like, this is a whole I know nothing, Jon Snow. Like, and but really how we put this together is we just started with getting the pages worked out. We said, oh yeah, we're gonna get 6 pages. We're going on pretty strong with getting the book finished. We're actually in a very, very good spot, and we will not be late on it. I promise all of you. We have schedules, and we have been incredibly tight on them. But we were like, oh yeah, we'll do variant covers. We'll get the artwork done, and then we'll launch. And then everybody's like, but did you forget to back for like months? Did you forget to book stuff? I'm like, no. I mean, yeah.
Well, I know since 2011, you've been a pretty big, well, I wouldn't say a pretty big part, Mr. 5-3, of the comic book community. How, I mean, I gotta get my shots in. I'm truer than you are. So say I am me. I have 2 connections to the comic book community, and one of them is you. So, not looking great. How would you recommend someone who is not part of that community to do their Kickstarter? Because you've had Nita, which has been great. You've already had people who you were familiar with to do interviews. How would you recommend a newbie who is absolute greenhorn to make steps? Because Kickstarters, unfortunately, a lot of times are make or break, because artists are not cheap. Do not.
I am.
Well,
Blake,
I was about to say something very nice about you, but now I'm not going to.
I get paid in booze.
Blake, you're not
booze or boobs, because I don't think Chad has one of those.
Chad, you don't have boobs?
Whose boobs have you been showing him?
You lied to me this whole time.
Rodney, quick, send me more pictures of boobs.
Hold on, I'll put boobs on this one.
There you go.
Thank you. I gotta send them to Blake to distract him.
Quick, jingle your keys. It'll work every time.
How to get started? I'll be totally real with you when it comes to get started in just the comics themselves or Kickstarter.
I would say maybe a little bit of both, because as I was going to say, artists like Blake don't come cheap. They're hard to find. And when you're trying to do a Kickstarter, oftentimes a huge portion of your Kickstarter is just paying your artist.
Yeah.
So coming at it saying, okay, I need $1,500. I know nothing. I know no one, but I have this idea. How would you market that without having your connections? Like if you were coming in completely as a newborn babe.
Well, my first statement is, and not to be mean, is if you come in with an idea and if you don't have one, I would definitely recommend, if you're coming in with an idea, do not come to your artist with an idea. Come to your artist with a script.
Right, but say you're coming to a Kickstarter without, like, I have an idea, my buddy is an artist and he's willing to, draw it for me, but I know no one. And I am an unknown name. I am trying to get any sort of anything, because Kickstarters, once again, make or break. A lot of times people will be like, I have this great idea, but I didn't make my Kickstarter. I guess I'll stop.
Truth be told, if you don't know anybody and you want to get into creating everything, I would probably start by finding one indie creator, or even just going to a Comic-Con and talking with a creator about how to get started.
Yeah, you got to find somebody that you vibe with.
So it's sort of like finding a Yoda.
Yeah.
You show him in your backpack. You carry him around the con. It's great.
Actually, Rodney, because you have years and years in Dawn of Jurassic experience, how would you answer that question?
Ouch.
I would. Oh, he's not lying. I'm old. I remember the 90s. I remember the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I remember the 90s, but I wasn't born yet.
Right.
Stay quiet.
I think Blake's the smart one.
I'm still in my 20s, so
Shut
everybody
up.
else here
Aw,
is just
the
like,
baby.
yeah, everybody's talking about Chad being a baby. I'm just like, quiet.
Yeah, at least you can grow facial hair though.
Yeah, I do have facial hair. That's the Greek.
There you go.
I hide my age behind the facial hair.
I don't.
Although it does
Anyway.
lead to some fun situations because my spouse is the exact opposite, and they look very young. So people will be like, "Hey, that person you're with, are they of the legal age?" And I'm like, "Please, please, please don't. I don't want to be seen as that guy."
Steph and I, when we go out for drinks, sometimes we do get questioned how old we are. It's kind of fun.
I used to get asked, shouldn't you be in school right now? Because I used to live next to a high school, and I would like go to the mini mart down the block, and I'd just be like, I'm 30.
I'd start
30.
crying and be like, it's a growth defect.
Oh,
My hormone
you
is
know
lower.
Andy Milanakis?
Anyway, Rodney, how would you say to get started?
I would say you were on the right track there with going to shows, get online, find people. But honestly, shows, because you get a better read on people at shows, and find people that you vibe with, and make friendships, create relationships with folks, because you're going to find that you don't just need an artist, you need a colorist, you need a letterer, you need people, graphic designers, you need a team,
An editor.
and if you're a creative person, you're going to attract creative people anyway. And it's just a matter of I mean, for me, it was all my buddies in high school in our art class. We were all into superheroes. We started doing superhero comics. I was the best artist at my junior high. He was the best artist at his junior high. We got together at high school, and it just been going ever since. But it was to the point where, when I talk about the Unimind, we would complete each other's sentences, and we just knew we had a vision. We knew where we were going with it. But yeah, you have to have an idea of, you have to have a product to, you can't just go to somebody and say, hey, I have an idea. It has to be, everybody's got an idea.
Yep.
You need, fully formed stuff, so you can convince somebody to jump into the pool of madness with you.
Yeah, because you're going to need all the people you can get when you get in here. It's a nightmare.
Kind of sounds like one comic needs the whole community.
You also need to stay away from Rob Liefeld. But no, you are right on that. My thing is that, and I try to not be like this, is don't build cliques, build friendships.
Yeah.
Because cliques, all that means is you actually have to kind of fake your way through everything, where if you actually have a friend, they will help you. And I've talked about that before, the difference between friendships and cliques on stuff, because, well, anyway, that's a whole other topic. Anyway, but yeah, and also too, like Rodney was saying, just find people that you vibe with, whether it's based on a genre or just whatever, find somebody like Tina and Rodney and I hit it off because we all like horror and metal music. And it was that's how we became friends. Blake was a part of 3 cults, and I was trying to get into a cult, and that's how I met him.
Oh, I thought
so
we were starting a cult.
Yeah, be quiet. Don't get there yet.
I was gonna say, do I need to return the keg?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Chad, I thought we were starting a clique.
They are. Shut up.
Oh, okay.
We can't say it out loud. Why do you think that Nita's not here right now?
It's part of the incentive package.
Yeah. She's gonna fucking come to us with a click clause. But yeah, like build friendships. Try not.
But
to
yeah, I mean,
be-
it's interesting that yeah, we didn't really vibe over comics. We vibed over our common interests.
Hell yeah.
And oh, by the way, we all do comics. Well, let's put our brains together and help each other out.
Exactly.
Nice.
Kind of that sort of thing.
And then I was like, "Hey, did you know I threw out my back at the
Chad
tree?"
and I were on a podcast that never met each other,
Who was
and
it?
we just started talking about metal. You know, and I'm
Oh, okay.
20 years older than Chad, so he was talking about his metal, and I was talking about my metal from my age, and we're like, oh shit, we each like metal, and we just became friends.
Yep.
Oh, he really could be your dad.
He could be. I mean, because I don't have a dad, so it's like.
Hello.
Dad for rent.
Oh no! Oh, did Rodney die? Oh no, there he is.
I don't know. Oh, you guys there?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here. Are you here?
Oh, everything went silent.
Oh, we were
Huh.
we were doing the reveal that Rodney, you're really my dad.
Damn it! You weren't supposed to.
I knew it. Getting my mom. on the
Christmas
phone
is
now.
ruined.
Christmas
Mom, I
is
thought you.
ruined.
I thought you
Christmas
said
is
my dad. Was,
saved.
Mom, I thought you said my dad was named Steven. Turns out it's Rodney. Why the hell would you date a Rodney?
That's because your mom can't spell, so she thought Rodney was actually pronounced Steven.
Oh,
Right.
that's really mean. My mom's really smart.
All right. Let's do some lightning questions because these are always fun.
Oh shit.
And for all three of you, because why not? If you were a pretty pony, how pretty would you be?
Fucking gorgeous.
I'd be
Sure.
fugly but functionable.
Ugly but functional.
Yeah,
What
like,
do you
like
like
a
a-
mule.
Oh,
Like
Okay.
everybody be like, "Hey, look at all the pretty ponies," and be like, "Oh, and there's also a mule. That one's not included, but it's the one that brings the set."
so My Little Mule, the newest thing coming from Mattel.
Oh
Ugly,
shit.
My
but
You
little
would,
functional.
mule.
I would fucking buy that.
Of course you would. I'd buy that. I'd pre-order that. I would not learn my lesson from all of the other failures of pre-orders and just pre-order that shit.
Me too. My little mule, my little mule. It brings me the grass and the seed.
And it's like friendship is magical, but it's from the mule's perspective, looking on all the other pretty ponies and how beautiful their friendship is, and he's just like off in a bush being sad.
The mule, no, the mule's like a hardcore like drunk, but the only way it can get drunk is through like fermented apples. So like it's just like chowing down on some fermented apples like
Oh,
behind the tree.
you
But
are
he's
got
all-
real.
But then, like, later on as it goes, it turns out he's just a total badass that protects all the ponies. But they all just think he's a crazy drunk.
And see, okay, now we're spitballing because he's chewing on all the apples, and he walks around with a Mountain Dew bottle, and he spits the chum into the bottle.
Oh,
When you're not looking, he goes behind the barn and he puts it in the pail, and he gets another apple, and he gets another bottle of Mountain Dew, and he keeps doing it till he's got a big bucket full of his chew, and then he puts a blanket over it and he starts huffing the fumes.
oh, this just took a really dark turn. All right, Brownie, how pretty would you be?
I would just be so cute and adorable and squeezably soft.
Aren't you that now?
Well, yeah, you got to go with what's working for you.
I want to have giant, majestic rainbow hair.
I kind of have a majestic flowing beard.
You too.
Okay,
Have you
rainbow hair
Have
sounds
you ever
like
thought about
fun.
dyeing it like rainbow or anything?
My beard is mighty.
It's as mighty as it is pretty.
No, I should do that. I should totally dye it. That'd be funny.
You should. You should.
I would own that shit.
Dye it like bright orange, but
Alright.
never actually acknowledge the fact that it's dyed.
This is
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah, it's my natural.
It's the guy from Peacemaker. It's not dyed. All right, Dyebeard.
It's naturally hunter red.
It's fine. This is natural. Blue is the blood of my people.
Yeah, electric blue works for me.
Electric Boogaloo Blue.
All right. Boobs is not the answer to this chat. I'm sorry.
Sure fucking is. Oh, that's not the question.
No.
Gonna be.
If you could write anything, what would you write? Any existing IP? I'm already going to tell you it's going to be Frogman because we've talked about this for
Damn it!
hours.
Damn it!
Literally hours.
I'm leaving.
Bye.
Stream's over. Well, no, if I really
If someone
I-
gave you free reign.
oh, well, if somebody gave me free reign, my suicide note and will, that's what I would really like to write. No, that'd be terrible. We'll get flagged immediately. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, do I need to call your wife?
No, because she'll just be like, "Hurry up."
I mean, we do have really
No!
nice life insurance policies.
Rodney, why are you drawing rocks?
I told you I was going to draw.
I didn't know you were being serious. I didn't know.
Oh.
Rocky, baby.
Now it's truly a Liefeld piece.
Exactly.
Oh, he doesn't have a huge, like, bulging chest, though. But yeah, hell yeah.
It
I
can.
hope people get the Liefeld reference. I also like how the rocks are kind of in the shape of the feet as well.
Well, you caught that too.
I did, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. If I had to choose anything, all right, why do I insist on getting you flagged? Because look, I gotta push the boundaries until you scream at me. No,
He really
it's,
likes female domination.
I
It's how he masturbates.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Good lord.
That's
Anyway,
going to get us flagged. Sorry.
have you seen the stuff that Kit and I talk about? But if I had to choose anything to write, God. Well, I would love to write Venom. Like, hands down. Like, that would be a dream for me. Because I would make it kind of like... Okay. So nobody read Venom Space Knight. And that's okay. Because I did. I want to make it like that. But it's just Eddie Brock going around and fucking up planets.
Thinking he's helping?
Yes, but it's very similar to the story of Flash Thompson when he's the Space Knight. When he's Venom.
It would be really nice if Venom and the Guardians could be in the same universe at the same time. Because it could be, look, I'm helping. And then they come over. The Guardians are like, what the fuck just happened?
You mean in the MCU?
Yes, because it'd be
Oh, yeah.
hilarious. But like Venom's like, I'm helping, and the Guardians are like, stop fucking helping. Holy shit, stop helping.
Yeah, why did they put Flash Thompson as Venom in the Guardians of the Galaxy and not Eddie Brock? That'd be way funnier.
It would just be like, stop helping. But then he could be like Agent Venom, but he's just, well, it's still Flash, so he's dumb as rocks.
He's just worse.
I'm helping.
But if really my favorite one, I think I could write, not besides Frogman. So, because shut up, yes, I want to draw him or write him. Definitely Man-Thing.
Okay.
I
Why?
would love, because so R.L. Stine did something really cool with it. If anybody hasn't read that little miniseries, yes, R.L. Stine did a comic book, Man-Thing comic. It was very good. I think it was like a 4 or 5-parter. Very short. But he was able to make Man-Thing almost like a Grant Morrison Animal Man type character, where he was Man-Thing but an actor, and then he would just fall through different like dimensions and stuff. So it was
I feel like there was an episode of some animated TV show I saw where he was an actor that had like a horrible accident, and he had kind of kept himself together to be all these different roles.
That's how Ted. Oh, you mean as Man-Thing?
Maybe I'm thinking of
no,
Clayface.
You're right, because I think Ted was started out as an actor.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was a show, because I know the comic did that too with R.L. Stine.
It was something with Batman. I don't remember if it was.
Well, that was Clayface. Man-Thing is. And if you're thinking of Harley Quinn?
No, it was an older one, but I remember. I don't know. Obscure.
But
I watched too much animation.
Oh, wow.
Blake, that's cool.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah, I decided to just go crazy. That's just this entire project has just been go crazy, go creative, no limits,
Do
just
whatever
do
you
stuff.
want.
I mean, ooh,
Ooh,
pretty
what is
butterfly.
that?
That is one of the pins from the Roadkill Rampage Kickstarter.
Oh shit,
Nice.
those are cool.
Yes.
Here's
Alright.
your pins, Chad.
I love pins.
That's issue 3.
Oh shit. But no, so definitely Man Thing.
Okay. How about you,
uh,
Blake?
I would write for
Or
just
draw.
as a lark. I
Mhm.
would write.
Parents of TAS.
There you go.
Yep. Anyway,
Thank you,
sorry.
C. Michael Lanning.
I would write for the newer IDW Sonic series,
God damn it.
Sonic.
but I
No,
would
you
do it.
wouldn't.
I would try to one up. I just forgot his name. He was this guy. I forget his name, but he did the writing for Sonic and ultimately led to like its downfall.
Was
as
he
a
the one who
comic
did
series.
Kneecaps?
Yes. Keith or K, something like that.
So if you don't know, Sonic had a gay, or Knuckles had a gay brother named Kneecaps.
That's aggressive.
Okay, but there's the thing. It never says any of that. It was just the writer was just like saying this at cons and was like, yes, Knuckles has a gay brother.
So you'd be the guy creating the lore at Comic Cons, being like, "Hey,
Well-
kid, Knuckles has a gay brother," and then just being like, "What?"
I mean, that's kind of like the guy. Oh,
He
go on.
just went, he went really crazy with it though in other ways besides that. Like that is the tip of the iceberg on how crazy he did.
I feel like
He-
I've heard about this.
Yeah, he made all of the echidnas based off of like indigenous Americans, and he gave them this weird backstory, and he made a character named
Kneecaps.
Susie Lou.
Oh,
Ken Penders. Was his
Ken
name.
Penders, yes. And he basically made it to where Sonic was no longer about Sonic. It was about his OC Knuckles race of indigenous Americans who were like also Nazis.
so he kind of wrote his own fanfic, but he's like, "Haha, you gave me control over this IP, and you have no idea how batshit crazy I am."
Yeah, he also put in his little skunk OC to just like hit on every female character and like one up Sonic every time they
Happy
like
Le
feature
Pew?
together, and I'm just like, this is amazing. Why were you ever allowed to be a writer?
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you want to apocalypse something.
Yes.
Okay, valid.
Maybe not apocalypse something like
Kneecaps.
no, I was gonna say like how Marvel apocalypsed itself through the
Everything.
it was the run where they just killed off everybody.
The older thing.
Where like Magneto just started going crazy because Doctor Doom tried to manipulate Magneto into killing everybody, and then he succeeded, and then Doctor Doom got killed by Magneto as well.
What a twist.
House of M.
I
No,
don't-
that was Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
That was that run. Somebody
Ultimatum.
says,
That was what it was called, I think.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's it. Ultimatum.
so somebody said, heard of Sparkledog comic from the Bonitis chat group? Yes, because I am a part of the Bonitis chat group.
Howdy.
Yes, but hello, welcome. Actually, yeah, Rodney, what would you like to write?
You know, I would really my favorite character, Marvel character growing up. I was always an Avengers junkie.
Mm-hmm. Nerd.
Yeah, and my favorite character was Hank Pym.
Legit.
Because everybody talks about how flawed Spider-Man is, or this person's got these problems and this person has those problems. I related to Hank Pym's problems mainly because, we get a little bit on the serious side here, with the abuse of Janet. I kind of grew up with that a little bit with my stepfather, and just the relatability. And for me, I like to write powerful emotional stuff, and to be able to do justice to that, his insecurities and his demons that he's battling and stuff like that in a realistic way, that's not pandering to this or pandering to that. I have always thought that would be the ultimate Marvel story for me to write.
Hmm.
Wow.
Would you make it like a redemption story or no?
No, because oftentimes life doesn't always have a happy ending. That's more
That is
realistic.
true. Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah,
No.
it would not be a happy ending.
I think for me, I'm gonna go with the two nerdies, which is I'd either write something Star Wars because I love it, and I think that as much as the 1 through 3 did its job and got people more involved, you never saw the true fall from grace that Anakin had. Like they could have gone, I wouldn't say gritty because I hate that term because everything's gritty, but he lost his damn mind. And basically it's like, I don't like sand because it's gritty. Hey, will you have my babies? Oh no, I killed you. In reality, it's like man was fucked. Like he finds his mom. All like the fact that he completely massacres not only children but the sand people. And it's just like at no point do you really feel like he is truly going from the chosen one of the light to the chosen one of the dark. There you never feel that drop. And it's one of those things where it's like when Anakin Skywalker's standing above him screaming, "You are the chosen one." That's the only part of that where I'm like, "Oh, I felt that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think it would be very interesting to I don't know, I haven't read a lot of the extended universe lately because Disney. Thank you, Disney. But
Mandalorian is great. Shut up. Anyway.
it is, but we're not going to get into my rant about Star Wars because we'll be here for 2 hours. But it's one of those things where it's like I grew up watching Star Trek and I found Star Wars in a very dark place and I was like, "Oh, I get it. I see where you're going. I see what happened." And it's like you never get that hit that the movies, if they chose to, had the opportunity to do. So yeah, that'd be what I did. Let's see, another good question.
Man, you two are over here being all dark and ominous and metaphorical. Me and Blake are over here going, yeah, we just think we want to dick around with this.
Oh, and if I wanted to stick around, it'd be Squirrel Girl every day.
Hell yeah.
Come on now.
Squirrel Girl, and I would love to write Howard the Duck to dick around, and Frogman. Frogman,
Well-
Howard the Duck team up.
I just want her to like have like a talk with Doctor Strange, be like, "I need a pocket dimension. I'm going to space." And he's like, "Why do you need a pocket dimension?" She's like, "Don't worry about it." And then they're like in a really like hardcore fight and she has like her 6 squirrels and she's powered by squirrel power and all she does is and they're like a team of whatever Avengers are available on that Tuesday because it rotates and they're like, "What are we gonna do? We're about to die." And she's like, "I got this." And she clicks her fingers and the stupid like swirly thing happens from Doctor Strange and suddenly it's just thousands of squirrels just start pouring out like the end of Endgame and suddenly she is a world killer.
But she did beat Galactus at one point.
She has
too.
beat so many people and everyone's just like, "But she's a squirrel." And it's like, have you gotten into a fight with a squirrel? They are vicious. I'm not saying that I have, but in a hilarious wow, when I tell the story, it comes out hilarious to me, but like people are like, "What?" My dad was a bad person and he kicked a squirrel at a park Then he took me to said park the next day, and he got attacked by the squirrels because
Nice.
that little squirrel was like, that man was mean to me, and they're like, oh, fuck him up. Just fuck
That
that man up.
motherfucker right there, get his ass.
The squirrel was just like, that one. You never like that one.
Yup, and they just threw down their nuts and were just like, fuck him.
That's how she beat Wolverine.
She,
So,
he kicked a squirrel too?
no, she
Oh.
what was
Good.
happening is Wolverine and Squirrel were fighting over being the nanny of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones's daughter.
Valid. I always take to extreme violence when I'm trying to one up someone to get a responsibility I only slightly want.
Yeah, that's how you get a babysitting job. It's
Yeah, I
very
know.
strange.
I mean, I will not fight someone for a demagogue who just shits and pukes all the time. But hey, that's Wolverine. He loves them babies.
He sure does.
He goes to
kisses-
Lamaze classes for people who don't have partners. It's great.
He's also a doula for hospitals. Medulla? Is that what they're
No,
called?
no, you're thinking medulla oblongata and doulas. Two different things.
Oh,
Brain
okay.
and, baby. I'm sure he cuts the umbilical cord with a shink.
Could you imagine? Our baby was circumcised by Wolverine.
Oh God, no! My clinic does that. Don't, because
Oh.
I can. No,
Anyway, but no.
vasectomies would be completely different.
While Wolverine was trying to attack her, she was summoning a bunch of squirrels.
Pocket squirrels.
And then as soon as the fight, she's like, haha, I have you in a tree. She's like, yeah, and I have you surrounded. And Wolverine just sees army of hundreds and hundreds of squirrels, and he's like, fuck. Because, they'd probably just eat him and he would die.
Well, I mean,
You would
Just
wish
temporarily.
hundreds of nibbles.
Well, true, because he can restore from anything. Anyway, what
Death by 1,000 bites, literally.
Exactly. Okay.
Yes, I want to do an ass and titties comic if that's what you're asking.
Is
In that order?
Yes. It opens with asses, it ends in titties.
God damn it.
Hmm.
I know, it's a very complicated thing.
Okay, how about this? What wouldn't you write? Since we're talking about titties and asses, and I'm sure your wife is not too far away.
What wouldn't I write?
Yeah, is there like a genre or a topic that you would not touch with a 20-foot pole?
I mean, there's a lot of genres I won't touch with the 20-foot pole, and most of them are pretty obvious. But I would never write. Probably Superman. If I had to pick something that was like actually comic book related, of like an actual big name thing, probably Superman. If we're talking about like genre or like anything sensitive topics, I won't write anything about rape or anything like that kind of stuff, or pedophilia, or not pedophilia, but like anything. Well, no, I can't say that because Blue also has child abuse in it, but I just mean like I wouldn't write anything extreme to those points.
Okay.
But if I had to choose something like an actual intellectual property, I would hate to write Superman. And the only reason why I say that is because I know for a fact I would write the worst Superman story ever.
He
because
wins and then he goes home.
It would just be him going around and beating the fuck out of people, and nobody stops him.
Superman punched the bad guy. Then
Yes.
Superman punched another bad guy. Then Superman punched another bad guy. Then he went home and had Taco Bell.
I totally write it as like an anime slice of life where he's just going about his life, and it's just so boring because you realize when Superman's not being Superman and he's actually being Clark Kent, he's kind of boring, useless, and should have stayed on the farm.
I would
getting
make
cut
it.
off in traffic and having to like squeeze his like handle.
Stress ball.
He squeezes like the steering wheel, like just like no, you can't just fly over them.
No,
Or
you
like
can't.
him doing laundry, just Just like him staring at it, being like, this is what Superman does. Going to the grocery store,
Oh,
being
if
like,
he had to-
what
he has
would
to do-
Superman eat?
Wait.
He has to do laundry at like a laundromat, like a group laundromat. So like he has to do it slowly and manually, and he's like, I could just do this so fast.
Or
Just-
like the one in his building is broken, like we've all experienced, and he's just like, this is what it's like to be human. I just have to accept that there are things in life for being human that just suck. And he goes to a public laundromat and has to find quarters.
I changed my answer. I want to write Superman. Because I would also make him like super fucking petty as well. So like he's stuck in traffic, and in order to get around it, he like zooms in and pushes a car out of the way to get through.
He just picks up his car, lifts up the car in front of him, shoots his car ahead, zips back in, and drops the other car just really hard. The guy's like, what just happened?
Or like there's somebody like road raging him, and he just I-beams the tires. I would fucking never mind. I would totally fucking.
I
write
just really
Superman.
hope like Superman's really into soup, because he seems just like a guy who would be like, fuck yes, basic bitch soup.
All right,
Not
but
even like fun soup.
all right,
He
those
wouldn't
are
even
my-
need a microwave.
No, he would just sit there like,
Hey, you
like
can
heating
make
up the
any
spoon.
basic soup fancy by calling it a minestrone.
oh, there you go, adding some heavy cream to it, and
Add
now it's a
meat
cream soup.
Eat meat, add a meat to it, and it's fancy.
It's a gumbo.
Add a meatball to it, and it's wedding soup.
There you go. How about you, Blake? What won't you do?
um,
And
I
I'm
don't
gonna,
know.
I'm gonna preface this: $20 is $20, but that's just up to you.
Well, that's kind of the ironic thing, because I would say one of the things I wouldn't write is like 18 plus like sexual stuff, because I've grown up in asexual, and that just stuff I just don't know what it is. I'm not like repulsed by it. I'm just
Mhm.
like, what?
What do?
Right. I'm like that entire realm for me was just like, when I was growing up, it was just like American Pie is teaching you how you should be acting, and I'm like, this is I'm not vibing with none of this at all.
I am not
So-
ruining a pie.
Like what happens is that you put the pee-pee in the vagina, and you kind of just sit there, and
I know
somebody
how to-
jumps on the
I-
bed.
You pee in her, right? Because that's
Oh God.
testicles have the pee, right? I've heard
No,
this my
I just-
entire
Yeah,
life.
pee is
I
stored
just-
in the.
I just wouldn't want to come across as like the guys who try to write women, where they'll be like they'll just say things that are totally wrong.
Okay, so like coming from it, from like a very
Ignorant.
textbook kind of thing, where it's like, okay, I have zero personal experience, but my textbook says the vagina. Is that how it's pronounced? Vagina?
Yes. Sure.
Got
Rodney,
it.
what would you not want to?
I don't know. There's very little I wouldn't write, just because I would take something that I wouldn't want to write and try to put an interesting twist on it.
All right, so Rodney, I'm gonna hire you to write with me, or draw with me, the why can't I remember her damn name? The lady who's blind, deaf, and mute.
Helen Keller?
Helen
Yeah,
Keller?
I want you to write or draw for me the Helen Keller isekai.
Is it bad that my friends and I have already come up with that? Because
No.
we come up with horrible isekais because we're all like
We-
anime weebs, and I personally love Helen Keller. I reference her way too often.
Sabrina, I was there.
Were you? I couldn't
Yes.
remember.
That was how we came. That
God
was
damn it.
us.
It was us. Oh,
That was- we
sorry.
came up with
My
the
Helen Keller moment just happened.
We came up with the Helen Keller isekai. Is what it is it's this guy who gets reincarnated, but
That's
all he
Helen
sees is
Keller.
black, and he can't hear anything. He can just feel stuff, and it's just narrating, and it's 5 chapters of just black.
Black. But
And
there
then-
are the bars in between, so you can see each panel going from one panel to the next.
Yes,
It's just
exactly. But it's all just narrated, and then finally, once it gets to the end of the 5th chapter, it goes, "I've been reincarnated as Helen Keller, because it's like he's learning how to communicate as Helen Keller.
Oh, I forgot if that was you. Oh, I'm so happy. That makes my heart happy.
We were all drunk when we came up.
Oh,
we
God.
were all bad, and AJ, I remember he's like, we're all going to hell. Like, yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, Rodney, now that you say you'll draw and write anything, guess what I'm hiring you as?
Hey, I will make that shit interesting.
Hell yeah!
Different shades of black. It'll be fantastic.
Well,
Different panel sizes.
different panels and different directions, and
Oh.
flow in motion with black squares. We can
There
make
you
it
go.
happen.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, here's something that just popped up on my radar because I have my other window open. How do y'all feel about Peter Pan getting a horror comic or a horror spin on it? Because
Sure.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, like, look, if Winnie the Pooh and fucking Banana Splits and sure. Hell
Hey.
yeah.
That fucking crocodile was terrifying.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was
You didn't-
goofy.
You didn't see the cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The animated Peter Pan movie?
From the cartoon, I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
No, it's from the people who made the Winnie the Pooh horror movie,
Of course
Peter
it
Pan
is.
Neverland Nightmare.
Of course it is.
Nice.
Just make a new clown NATO. Alright, guys. So, you ready to do this giveaway?
Let's do it.
Alright, cool. Rodney, why don't you show the cards? Because that's what everybody's here listening for. If you don't have them, it's
Well,
fine.
I got them. They're right here. Hang on. Let me flip this over.
A reward could be a bookmark that says bookmark in Braille. God damn it. I kind of want to do it now and everybody would hate me. It'd be like a manga classic.
Oh my God, we're doing it. This is happening. You and me, Chad, we're going to hell together.
I will totally fucking write it and then we'll get Rodney to try.
Let's
How do
do
you
it.
write that? There was
I
a
can't
black
be-
square, and then there's a black square.
There's a black square. And then another black square, but smaller than the one that you just drew. Alright, guys, so I got my dumb little hat. So everybody who's listening, or you can also tune in right after this recording to see who won. And I'll also be posting the winners later on, probably tomorrow, because after this I'm going to fucking bed. I'm very tired. So, guys, I'm going to draw. There's a bunch of little numbers in here, as you can see, of my stupid little dry bones hat. And I'm going to pick a number. Rodney, pick a number 1 through 45.
23.
Blake, pick a number 1 through 45.
I hate that you picked 23 because my favorite number is 24. And I was going to say 24, but okay, 24.
Great. Sabrina, pick a number 1 through 45.
You people suck. 17.
Great. Let's hope they're in this hat. All
Are you kidding me? Ah.
right. So the number is number 11. So none of you guys suck. You couldn't predict it. All
I
right.
left my ESP at home. I'm sorry.
And the next one is number 44.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But yep, so they will win those soon. I will actually be reaching out to them. Either way, you guys still win those, so I will get your guys' address and send them out to you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Or, well, actually, Rodney will because they're at his place.
They're at- Yes.
Well,
So-
I'm going to wrap up my portion of this, and
Okay.
I will ask one final question for all of you. I'm going to totally rip this off from Philip DeFranco because I just watched him earlier.
No, I
Um,
did not have sex with that woman.
I have never been to North Korea.
Okay. Is there anything you wish I would have asked or you want people to know about Sparkledog, the Kickstarter, Blake's trip to North Korea? About how babies are made? I don't know.
Well,
No,
I-
not you.
Oh, well, all right then. So, I would like people to know that even though, yes, a lot of people have said that, or a couple of people have said, oh, this looks insensitive, or at least like the feedback that I've gotten from some of the furry community, this is all just meant to be fun. It is meant to be harmless and just all in good entertainment value. If you do feel that way, I mean, Sparkledog's coming when like either way, so I'm very sorry. Actually, I'm not, but I really wish that you would at least take a look at it. We also have some really nice goodies and giveaways, so please take, or not giveaways, well, we just did one. But we also have some nice stickers, bookmarks, goodies during this campaign. And Blake and I, even though we joke that it's an absolute disaster, we put a lot of work into it. As for, yeah, suck it up, Buttercup. Thanks, Nita. She's gonna get us. This is how we say it. Suck it up, Buttercup. Actually,
Well,
Sabrina
I
can't
would
say
say,
that anymore.
honestly, on the subject of like seeming insensitive or something, uh, the webcomic that I do is a furry webcomic by all standards. It's anthropomorphic characters. So it would be kind of redundant for me to do one where I'm like, haha, screw those people. And then like the next breath, just like,
But give me your money. I'm one of you, right?
Right, like, you all suck. Ooh,
well,
ooh.
no, I've been doing this. I've been doing my comic Tuck and Roll for the past about 4 years. So it'd be kind of weird for me to be like, yes, I've been drawing this anthropomorphic comic for 4 years, but screw furries.
Right, exactly.
Like,
And since I've also, my co-host of Shots with Comics is in the furry community, it would be really weird if I'm like, yeah, fuck all you, but
I would say that like the quote unquote villain of Sparkledog is anthropomorphic, is a fursuit, but the heroes are also like the better people are also anthropomorphic people.
yes.
It's not so much of it like, yes, this one is like villainized. It's just they just so happen to feature in the comic.
Yep. They're both the heroes and the villains. So it's kind of like within the description says he has to collect them from the 4 different guardians. So it's like, oh, they don't. It's probably some heroics into it, and there's layers to the entire book, disastrous layers, but they are there.
It's a bad onion.
So yes, but all right, guys, let's go ahead and go around and see where you can find us. Starting with Rodney, go ahead.
Hey guys, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Rodney Fyke Art. You can also find me on the Hazm YouTube channel. That's HAZZUM. Or you can go to Hazm.com, again, HAZZUM.com, and check out all of our books, such as Peanut Pudding and Jelly, Unchained, Pitter Patter, and Roadkill Rampage. I do a podcast on Thursday nights on the Indie Comics Network called Thursday Night Throwdown with Sean Forney and other assorted guests, as well as Sketchy Saturdays, again on the Indie Comics Network at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we get on there and sketch and talk about art, the process, and all other kinds of nerdy things.
It also features all of Helen Keller.
And yes, we talk quite extensively about Helen Keller and how to execute something for her.
All right, Sabrina.
You can't because I have my GPS turned off.
Oh, okay. Well then.
I was gonna say I am not.
Find her.
Yeah, I'm like Bigfoot. You have to go on a quest to find me. I'm worth it
Got that
though.
built-in blur filter.
Oh yeah. I am on Twitter at WinKitty52. I'm also on Facebook, but that's that's a thing. And then at some point, Chad and I will bring back casual nerd chats where we talk about what's in the news nerd-wise, and then completely go off topic because we're really good at that.
We are amazing at going off topic.
Helen Keller.
We will derail any conversation.
This is why we shouldn't take trains.
It's true.
We're a danger.
I mean, Kit can't take a train because he's considered a terrorist with a bow. Blake, what about you?
What?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at tuck_roll because I'm highly creative when it comes to naming myself on things. And that's about it. I'm thinking about making a Facebook, but we'll
Don't
see.
recommend it.
I mean, you could make a Facebook. It would be easier to get into contact. I mean, we all have Telegram, so it doesn't really
I was going to say, bring back Farmville and I'll start going on Facebook again.
I mean, Farmville's still around, isn't it?
Maybe? I don't know.
Do people still play Farmville?
I mean, I haven't gotten a Farmville invite in like 10 years, so I assumed it died.
Bring back
you haven't
poking.
accepted it.
There you go. Poking. I missed that. Or the waves.
You could just watch porn for poking.
No, the poking. The whole point of the poke is okay. I want to talk to you, but I don't want to open with like hey or howdy. So just poke.
Yeah,
Or-
it's the flirting.
It's the way that my friends used to do it, which was we didn't want to actually talk to the person. We just wanted them to know that we were thinking about them. So we would poke each other and then never actually have a conversation. So it was just like an aw.
Mine was just, I want to show you my penis, but I don't want to go to jail. That was why I
So-
poked.
After this, Chad will be going to a sex offender meeting,
No,
possibly also an Alcoholics Anonymous.
no,
That'd
actually,
be good
that's
inspiration for later installments of Sparkledog.
Glory holes. but
Sparkledog
with-
goes to A. Sparkledog goes to AA.
Sparkle Dog behind the music.
you just see him in a gutter.
fair.
We get the guy to narrate it for us.
Yeah.
And in
Alright.
2006, when Sparkle Dog was at its absolute lowest,
It's a fucking.
Not everything can be sunshine and rainbows. There has to be cocaine to fuel those rainbows. And when
I'll
who
the
let
walked
you-
into an unsuspecting In-N-Out Burger in Vegas?
I'll let you pet me for $1.
and when the
No.
cocaine's gone, what's
I
left?
just
of
realized I'm
Sparkledog?
changing the background like I
You
tell
are,
yes.
and it was great.
I'm trying to find the overlay that needed and it give me. Okay, I found it. Anyway.
All right, where are you found, Chad? Besides,
Fucking,
in glory hole areas in airport bathrooms.
you can, wow.
I mean, that's really dedicated because you have to buy a ticket now. They don't have public bathrooms.
I try really fucking hard, okay?
Got to get through TSA. Got to get all
Chad
felt
is
up.
TSA. Chad gets a job as TSA.
You
Chad
can
just wants to get fondled.
you can find me at the nearest In-N-Out Burger in Vegas in the bathroom giving out quickies. So, you can also find me at Casual Nerd Chat right on Twitter, where I'm posting mostly about Sparkledog and other nonsense that I usually do, and any other upcoming projects that I have working on, including the Helen Keller Isekai, now with Rodney Fyke.
You're tied to that now. It's official.
I will purposely write an issue of it just as a joke, and then hope
I've
I've
Rodney.
storyboarded it out for
Keep
you.
playing
Just
chicken
blank
with these
pages.
story ideas.
And you can also follow Sparkledog on Kickstarter right now. We have 13 days left, and we're very excited about it. You can also join myself and Kit on the Indie Comics Network on Shots with Comics at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we get drunk, we're mean, we're aggressive, we talk about comics, and we get drunk.
Be aggressive. Be
we also keep-
aggressive.
We also keep running into people who are in the Indie Comics Network circle and reviewing their books. So we are sorry about that ahead of time.
You make friends really well.
We also make a lot of enemies really fast. I don't, Kit does. Anyway, also too, and I'm going to do this, you can save 10% off on your next Gemini mail order. What's a Gemini mail order? Or what it is that it's a little cardboard sleeve where you fold it up and it protects your comic. So you put the bag and board inside, and then you can wrap it up in the cardboard, and you can mail it out. You can save 10% on these things by using coupon code RAGEN10. That means that if you use it right now when you are listening, you can use it right now to protect your books.
Ooh,
Yes,
Ooh.
nice.
yes, I have to do this now.
Not gonna
But
lie.
that's
my
cool
logo
though. You're not
complex-
like doing like protein powder or something like that. Like,
So,
quick,
next
buy
thing
these
is,
pills.
join us on Indie Rush, where we are talking about protein powder.
We're talking about
Get them
penis
gains.
enlargement pills.
Oh, and then join us on Shots with Comics as well, where we talk about penis enlargement. But yeah, guys, just thank you guys so much for everything. Sabrina, Blake,
Anytime.
Rodney, thank you for joining me on this absolute nightmare of a Kickstarter campaign that is Sparkledog Don't Say OwO. I will tell you right now that either way, Sparkledog is coming. So whatever happens, you will see it.
That's both a threat and a promise.
It sure is. Also, join us next time as well, where we will be writing To Kill a Mockingbird, the animated classic, which is just a Death Note parody. But I'm going to do the outro, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.